and go for the touchdown. They split a receiver wide right. That's John Lee. The back's in the divide. Halftown rolls right. So now he hits a furlong, and he's gone into the end zone untouched. Boy, oh boy, he faked me out, and he faked out the defense, too, as he gave the ball to Furlong, and he went into the end zone untouched.
Well, I'll tell you, Halftown sprinted out. Excellent ball fake. Wasn't a fake at all. He gave the ball to Furlong, but I thought he was going to throw it. Nice ball handling, and it looks like they're going to try to kick the extra point. Furlong on the ground trying to put his kicking shoe on.
I'll tell you, he has to be quick with that shoe. We're down to 3:36 left to play here in this first quarter, and Salamanca drives 77 yards, culminated by a 6-yard run by Furlong. Furlong's extra point attempt, the kick is up, and it is good. So the Warriors have jumped on top 7-0. Let's take a break for our message.
To own your own home that fits the way you live and within your budget is a very important part of American life. Arcade and Twin Lake Estates are communities designed to provide a planned, protected environment for your lifestyle, whether you're a retired couple or a family just getting started. For less than $350 a month, you could own your own home with your lot payment included. Maybe it's time you thought about your life at Arcade or Twin Lake Estates.
Okay, the Salamanca Warriors have just driven the 77 yards. Paul Furlong with the touchdown run from 6 yards out. Big play in that drive was a 26-yard pass play, Halftown to Ward, putting the Warriors on the board. Let's see if the Pioneer Panthers were able to respond. In their initial possession, they moved the ball very nicely, but...
Ken, you know what I find amazing is that we're past the halfway mark of the season now. Salamanca 4-0. You know, they haven't had one person named to the Big 30 Player of the Week yet this season. Usually, if your teams that are undefeated, I mean, somebody on the team has to be doing something right, obviously. You know, they really haven't been getting the recognition, and I almost think George Richard preferred it that way this season. They've been kind of low-key.
Boy, what a boot. Hackett takes it at the 10. Tim Hackett straight up the middle to the 20, and he's going to be driven down, lost the football, loose ball, and Salamanca recovers.
Boy, what
number
a pop
35, McGarrett. Jim McGarrett comes up with the loose ball.
Looked like number 21, Richie Wojtowicz, was one of the red jerseys in there. Number 72 also on the pop. Chris Gilfill, and between the two of them, nailed them, and that ball just flew up in the air.
Okay, you said 21?
Wojtowicz was one of the red jerseys in there. There was about 4 of them. I couldn't get them all. That's a lot better kickoff coverage that time for the Warriors. And right now is where Salamanca can bust things open. They take advantage of this turnover.
Okay, center Paul Myers, number 50, leads out the offensive line. Salamanca with a big break. They just scored moments ago, and here they are, 1st and 10 at the Pioneer 21. Halftown when the wing T. Play fake. He rolls left. He's going to keep the football, and he's going to go down into backfield. Jeff Gretzler buries him back at the 25. And I tell you, Gretzler, you're just not going to outrun that young man. He pursues great speed.
He's an excellent football player for only a sophomore. We made mention earlier, he's going to be something to watch. Pioneer awful defensive against Salamanca's outside game, and so far tonight they're doing a pretty decent job. Salamanca having more success running the off tackle and in plays. You know, it's they're going to have so far they're having a tough time getting wide. Well, they're really keying on those outside plays of Salamanca.
Impressed thus far with the play fakes. As Halftown throws ball, wide open receiver. Jimmy Quinn lowers the head. He's going down to the 5-yard line. Boy, Dave Bunsey just would not give up the ankle, and Bunsey saved a touchdown.
Bunsey had to show a lot of courage taking Quinn on. Quinn's a big kid out there. Excellent pass play by the Warriors, sending Dan Ward deep. Bunsey was on the coverage there, and Quinn from his end position dragged across and was underneath the coverage and was wide open. Halftown put the ball on the money, and Bunsey was the last white jersey to make the stop. Salamanca threatening once again here. They're down on the 5.
So Jimmy Quinn taking in the Halftown pass, puts him 1st and goal at the 5. They come out in an eye with a wing right. Halftown hands off to Furlong. Furlong at the 3, the 2. He did.
Juking himself there. He was untouched in the end zone once again. And he's going into his footwear change again. Here looks like George wants to kick the extra point.
Well,
he sidestepped a couple white.
We have a Pioneer player. It appears from Here, that might be number 38, Russ Blendinger, is on his back in the end zone, and they're quickly going to administer to him. Well, with this pause in the action, let's take a break for this commercial message.
Watson, McDonald's introduces a new taste with turkey and ham. New McDonald's chef salad.
Toss me a salad with turkey and ham.
Toss it. New McDonald's chef salad.
Toss it for me fresh all day. This meal goes any place.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Sponsored by your locally owned and operated McDonald's in Arcade and Springville. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
MOS Auto Detailing at 35 Main Street, Salamanca will winterize and clean your car so it's just like new. MOS will wash, wax, shampoo, clean your engine, and Scotch Guard your interior for only $50. Mike Strauss loves a clean car.
Okay, back here at Salamanca, we have 2 minutes and 4 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Salamanca leading by a score of 13-0, and here they are now going for the two-point conversion.
Coach Furlong has his running shoe on.
Halftown is back to pass. He's going to throw into the corner of the end zone, and he overthrows the intended receiver down there. It looks like it's number 80, Jim Quinn. So the incomplete pass, the extra point attempt is no good. The score remains Salamanca 13, Pioneer nothing.
Den's Auto Body, 496 Broad Street, Salamanca is the right place to go when your car needs body repair or auto glass and windshield replacement. In business for 12 years, Dennis Urbanski will give you a repair price that you and your insurance company can live with. Jim Lug Haley and Leon Frog Fuller are recognized as the two best collision repair experts in town. But if your old wreck is beyond repair, then let Denny show you one of his clean, quality used cars. Den's Auto Body, 496 Broad Street, Salamanca.
Okay, back here at Salamanca, and Dick, man that you and I spotted in the pregame warm-ups, Jim McGarrett, number 35, going to get a chance here to kick it off. And he booms a beauty. Taken there at the 15. Gretzler, 30. Gretzler still on his feet as he dives across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Looks like number 62 from Salamanca, Mark Crowley, made the stop. So, Dick, it'll be interesting now to see if the Pioneer Panthers can keep their composure. They find themselves quickly down here by a score of 13-0.
Well, we're going to find out real fast here what they're made out of, because the opening drive, they were able to move the ball quite well. They were stopped on down. Salamanca defense rose to the occasion, but they did have a lot of success moving the football. Let's see what happens.
Bunsey is going to put it up in the air. He's throwing long for Andrews. Andrews. Oh, and it's broken up nicely by Paul Furlong. Furlong reached over the shoulder of Chad Andrews and broke it up very nicely, and credit him with a super defensive play.
6'2" frame. He stayed right on his man step for step. He didn't go for that inside fake. Paul stayed right on him, just tapped the ball away. Good coverage by the Warriors.
He had deep help also from Andy Hogan, so Andrews was well covered on the play.
Nice play action fake by the Panthers, though. But they're only sending one receiver out. They got to send somebody underneath.
Joe Frisella is the new running back as Blendinger is out of the ballgame, and Frisella gets the call, and he lowers his shoulder and goes up here to the 40 for a gain of 4 on the play. McGarrett, number 35, and Travis Herring teamed up to make the stop.
I think we'll see Blendinger back in the game. I don't know if he was too seriously hurt. He was shaken up a little bit on that last defensive series. Maybe just getting a breath, and they're checking him out over there.
Okay, checking into the ballgame for Pioneers, Drew Thompson. He replaced Mike Christman. Also, Tim Hackett is in there in place of Andrews on this third down and long 5 situation as the ball's resting just over the 40, and Bunsey on a deep drop. He throws over the middle. He's looking out here for, and it's intercepted, or no, it is received by Hackett. Beautifully caught. Boy, did he lay it on the money.
Perfect pass. And I can't believe they're picking on this side of the Salamanca defense. If any place, you got some little less experienced ball player over there, Kyle Lester, who really hasn't been tested. And Kurt Furlong has proved to everybody that he could play a good, solid secondary position. And that time he was there, but
Timmy Hackett never even broke stride. Bunsey laid the pass on the numbers beautifully, and they have moved the ball all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Hogan was a step late coming over or getting there, but wasn't that bad a coverage.
Pitch to Gretzler. Gretzler's in trouble, and he'll go down right at the line of scrimmage. Number 75 in there, Chris Gilfillan.
Along with 52, Chris Mendel.
Made the stop. Loss on the play. Back to the 25. A loss of 2, we'll call it. And Pioneer looking at 2nd and 12 as we're moving down to 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So Pioneer had their best success in the airways. And let's see if they put it up now. Andrews is split wide right. And Bunsey is looking to put it over the middle into the corner. He's got Andrews down there, and it's intercepted.
Oh, he's got some room.
Furlong, the 30, and he'll go out of bounds. Gretzler drives him out of bounds up to the 33-yard line. And with that play, the first quarter has come to a close.
Career interception number 13 for Paul Furlong. You picked on him one too many times. He was bound to get one of them. That was a nice catch, fingertip catch.
Oh, it was. The pass again was really not that poorly thrown. And credit Furlong with a super play. Well, at the end of a quarter, it's Salamanca 13, Pioneer nothing.
With the high cost of eating out today, it's nice to know there's a place where great foods and prompt service doesn't mean expensive. The Ponderosa in the Olean Center Mall features a full menu of choice steaks, chicken dishes, burgers, and the fabulous Hot Spot Pasta Bar, featuring a full cold side for great salad creations and a superb array of delicious hot foods for the entire family to enjoy. For the quality foods your family deserves, discover the Ponderosa restaurant in the Olean Center Mall, where shopping and great food go together. There's a family feeling at Ponderosa.
Okay, back here at Salamanca, Ken Woodruff along with Dick Heydrich. And Dick, the Salamanca Warriors scored twice, 2 very impressive drives, and at the same time, Pioneer has moved the ball very effectively but has nothing to show for it. So,
Salamanca's defense coming up with some big plays when they have to.
full house backfield here for the Warriors. 1st and 10. Pitch to Furlong. Furlong sweeping the left side, and he's all the way out to the 40 with good second effort. He picks up 7 on the play. 2nd down and 3.
Power football off tackle, just running the 2-back leading up through the hole. That's Salamanca football all the way, Kenny, off tackle power plays. They've been doing that since the Joe Sanfilippo era here.
Nick Pocharski, number 77, helped make that stop. Boy, he's a big fellow in the middle of that defensive line. 6'2", 202. Pioneer does have some good size up front. Salamanca, though, with some nice play action and a fine job by the quarterback, Halftown, moving the football, though.
That looked like Swike running that scissors play
Yes,
back
it
up
was.
the middle.
The wingback, Eric Swike. He's a little guy, 5'7", 140. He's a junior, and he's very close to the first down yardage as they spot that ball up near the 44, and they're moving the sticks. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Salamanca, thus far, as this is their 3rd possession of the ball game. They scored in their first 2, and quite frankly, if they score here, this game might be all over.
We've seen a couple of white jerseys down on the ground, and Salamanca just pounds on people, and half their game is the contact aspect, and they lay the pads to people. When you come down here, you got to be ready to play.
Okay, Dan Ward is split wide right. They have John Lee on a wing right, and Halftown throws over the middle. He has Ward. Ward at the 40. Breaks the tackle, and he'll go down to the 35 before Frisella, along with Gretzler, make the stop.
I'll tell you what, we're calling Gretzler's name too many times tonight, making tackles for a defensive back. Ward that time, he knew what to do with it after he caught it, too.
The thing that impressed me is Salamanca put 3-4 people out into the pattern, at least 3. And Mark Halftown had good protection and was able to pick out one of the receivers. And I tell you, I don't think Halftown's misfired yet. So Salamanca showing a deadly passing game thus far.
They're just picking them apart with those 10-yard passes, quick hitters.
1st and 10 at the Pioneer 34. There in the eye. We have Piccolo on a wing right. Halftown's going to run the option, keep it. He's got blockers. Halftown hurls one person, and he goes down to the 26. Before Russ Blendinger, who is back into the ball game, makes the stop. So good news for Pioneer. Blendinger has returned.
Also on that top tackle was Chad Wittenrich for the Panthers, doing a nice job because there was a lot of red jerseys out in front that time.
There were 4
Halftown.
leading them to the corner. I'll tell you.
2 running backs and a guard, I believe, were out in front.
A sea of red. And with that play,
We haven't seen Travis Heron, the fullback, run yet. That's
Second down and 2. Halftown again on the keeper. Gets a block from Heron. It'll go to the 25, and that's it. There's the man you just called a minute ago, Dick, Chad Wittenrick, making that nice stop underneath on Halftown to limit that to a 1-yard gain.
Heron put the block on him, and he just didn't stay with him long enough. But that's Salamanca football, too, is running Heron up the middle. He's a big kid at 215-pound fullback, and they haven't had to use him yet for ball control offense. Salamanca just opening things up here tonight.
We're down to 9:20 left to play here in the second quarter. Salamanca leading by a score of 13-0. They're driving with the ball. They have 3rd and 1 at the Pioneer 25-yard line. They come out in the wing tee. Heron gets the call, and Travis Heron has first down yardage all the way to the 21-yard line. Wittenrick at the bottom of the stack. He had help in there from 69, Thad Thompson.
Boy, nice blocking up front from Mendel and Hansen on that right side. Just a quick popper. A 33 dive.
So Salamanca now, Dick, in 4-down territory at the 21-yard line, and they continue to be very, very impressive on offense.
Well, they scored every time they touched the football tonight.
Piccolo is the wing left, backs in the divide behind quarterback Mark Halftown. Halftown to Heron. Heron going to try the right side, and Heron dives inside the 15 before he goes down at the 14. Blendinger arrived late. Underneath on that was number 54 for Pioneer, Matt Robley, making the stop.
Robley, the middle linebacker, needs to be pretty active tonight. And, well, you got your hands full when you're trying to bring Travis Heron down. He's a big boy.
Well, Heron gained 7 on that last play. We're now looking at 2nd down and 3. We got a full house backfield. Eric Swite set to the right. Heron again gets the call, and Travis Heron is close to first down yardage down near the 11. It'll depend on the spot.
Well, Salamanca's showing a lot of power formation. They had a power right. Just ran a quick dive off the left side, and he ran behind his center, Paul Myers. And now they're faced with a 3rd and short situation, less than a yard.
Okay, so the Warriors all of a sudden have gone to Travis Heron on the last 3 plays. And they're looking at 3rd down and less than a yard here from just outside the 11-yard line. Long count.
Trying to draw him
Halftown on the quarterback sneaker, dives inside the 10. 1st and goal coming up for the Warriors.
Boy, they're just doing everything they want out there offensively. Everything George Witcher's been sending in has been working. They're just like a well-precision clock out there, Kenny. That offense is really clicking. The offensive line's getting off the football. They're opening up some nice holes. Good ball fake, good play fake, and everything's working.
John Bookmiller, number 72, and 77, Nick Pacharski made that stop on Halftown, but not before he sets him up inside the 10, 1st and goal. Full house backfield, all 3 backs. Heron gets the call, and Heron, with good second effort, gets down to the 7. He was met right at the line of scrimmage by Thad Thompson. Thompson did get some help in there from Hackett and limited that to only a 2-yard gain.
Looks like Salamanca's trying to set them up. They've been just ball control, power football. Wouldn't be surprised if George opened up with a quick slant-in pass again.
We've just now moved inside 7 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Salamanca trying to add to their 13-0 lead as they have 2nd and goal. And we have John Lead wide right. The backs are in the divide. Heron, big hole, Paul Furlong. He's going to go in the end zone. Paul Furlong over left tackle. What a hole.
Boy,
Dick, you and I could have taken that in the end zone.
Boy, he hit it quick, too. Paul gets off the football so fast. And again, he scampers in the end zone untouched.
So the Warriors, after the Furlong interception, drive 67 yards. Started on their own 33. And again, Paul Furlong caps it off with a 7-yard touchdown run.
He's had 5, 6, and 7-yard runs tonight for touchdown.
So Paul Furlong makes it 19-0. They're going to go for 2. Handoff Furlong. He dives. He's in there. So they tack on the 2-point conversion. So the score now reads Salamanca 21, Pioneer nothing.
Hi, I'm Tom Gabriel. I'm with Olean's #1 real estate company, Pepper and Crandall, the Gallery of Homes. And we'd like you to know we're behind this area's #1 football teams, the Olean Huskies and the South End Pee Wee League. Olean Huskies, go in there. Score a touchdown, win the game. For this area's #1 football team and this area's #1 real estate company, Pepper and Crandall, the Gallery of Homes.
Pepper Crandall Gallery of Homes, 401 West State Street, Olean.
Back here at Salamanca, the Salamanca Warriors have been very impressive. They have touched the ball 3 times, and all 3 times they have managed to go into the end zone. So they're on top here, scoring 21-0, and Magara kicks it off. It's a line drive down there along the sidelines where it's finally picked up.
Looks like Hackett, 33.
He's up across the 25, still on his feet, spins, and he'll go out of bounds right over there around the 30. Piccolo over there to knock him out right around the 29.
Salamanca uses a lot of the reserves on the kickoff team now and give some of the starters a break. And some of those younger players are really starting to develop. They're getting down there and they're getting their pops in there. Look at the number 29 coming off the field, and that's, well, Eric Swike. He's a heck of a wrestler, too, for Salamanca and Rich Morton's wrestling squad.
Okay, Pioneer now. Let's see what they can do. Hand off Grutzler. Grutzler has some running room. He'll pop out across the 30 near the 34 before halftime. Knife server and brings him down. Gain of 5 on the play for the sophomore Jeff Grutzler, and we've just now approached 6:20 left to play here in this first half, and Pioneer, Dick, they badly need to put some points on the board. You and I were saying during that last commercial break, they have moved the ball very nicely. They have nothing to show for it.
I think they picked on Paul Furlong one too many times over there. Be interesting to see if they come back to this left side.
Bunsey, he's in trouble. Gilfillan is going to sack him in the backfield, and Chris Gilfillan never gave Dave Bunsey a chance to set up.
Again, Pioneer just sending one receiver out. I think he was looking for number 15 that time. Chad Andrews out here in front of us, Kenny, and he didn't have a chance because Gilfillan was all over the top of him.
Came in from the blind side and made the big sack. Gilfillan, a senior, 6'3", 196, and he plays that defensive end position, and somebody missed him.
I think we're finding out why Salamanca was so good last year. They lost 22 seniors. These kids were juniors last year playing against that starting team. Your reserve players are what make your starters good. 3rd
and long, and Bunsey will be sacked again. Gilfillan again. Boy, good initial pressure put on there by Kerry Hansen. He missed him, but Gilfillan, after Bunsey spun, was there to wrap him up, and they have sacked him all the way back down to the 18-yard line. So all of a sudden, the defensive line for Salamanca asserts itself, and Pioneer is looking 4th in a country mile.
Hey, you watch this kid, Eric Swike, return punts, Kenny. He's exciting to watch.
Robley's punt bounces, and Salamanca, it looks like they will not field it. Eric Swike sort of slipped as he went over to try to get to the ball, and Chad Wittenrick for Pioneer, number 84, has downed it. So the Warriors will take over 1st and 10 on their own 48-yard line.
I saw Salamanca play the opening game of the season against JFK, and you should see that Swike kid return punts. Reminds me of the old days watching Ross Peters. About the same size frame, and boy, they both of them gutsy punt returners. And Ross was one of Salamanca's best punt returners, and this Swike is just like him. He gets the ball and puts his head and shoulders down and goes with it. No fancy footwork or anything.
Okay, Salamanca, the Warriors. Thus far, Pioneer has not been able to contain them. The Warriors have been successful in just about everything they have run. They have it 1st and 10 in their own 48. We have motion from John Lee. And now we have a flag going down, and I think Mr. Lee might have cut up the field a little prematurely.
He was coming in motion awful fast. That's only our 2nd penalty of the ball game. First one, this is the first penalty against the Warriors.
Okay, we've been told up here in the booth that one of the linemen evidently moved. Not John Lee, so as a result, 5 yards coming up against Salamanca. And they are moving the ball back close to the 42, and that's where the Warriors will look at 1st and 15.
Boy, it's homecoming here, Kenny, and some of the student body have done an outstanding job with those floats looking down that end zone.
Okay, Piccolo is a slot right, backs in the divide. Furlong and Heron. Quarterback Halftown. He's back to pass. Now the quarterback draw. Halftown to 45, the 50, 45. He's down the sidelines, and he'll go out of bounds down around the 37-yard line. Priscilla, along with number 82, Carl Kozak, made the stop for Pioneer.
Boy, Frisella and Gretzler ran into each other over there, and they kind of blocked each other out of the play, and Halftown was able to pick up about 10 additional yards due to that fact.
Okay, they spot the ball now. They said that Halftown stepped out of bounds right around the 40, just inside the 40. So, 18-yard pickup on that last play, and Salamanca has it 1st and 10. Full house backfield. Heron, the fullback, gets the call, and Travis Heron dragging people with him before they gang tackle him. Short gain on the play. Blendinger, along with number 83. We'll try to pick up that name. I don't have an 83 in our program. An unidentified tackler out there.
Well, Pioneer throwing some surprises at us. Get some fresh people out there, finding somebody that can make some tackles and try to stop this potent Salamanca offense. Defensively, Pioneer hasn't had much success tonight, and the linebackers, who we were making comment, usually pretty active people, have been virtually out of the picture tonight.
2nd down and 8. Furlong gets the call, and Furlong is met by number 77, Big Nick Pocharski, and Pocharski brings Furlong down, no gain on the play, and that's one of the finest defensive plays Pioneers turned in. Credit Pocharski.
Nice job. He got good penetration in there, and Salamanca running that draw play. I think Salamanca's setting them up here for something. George Witcher always has an excellent game plan figured out. He always knows ahead of time what he's going to be doing.
Salamanca on top here by a score of 21-0. And Dick, you were saying to me earlier, look for a play fake possibly inside and sweep something here in this 3rd down and 8. But no, they're going to pass. Halftown throws over the middle, and it's almost intercepted by Hackett. Hackett, along with 15 Andrews, check that, 15 Piccolo. Piccolo and Hackett bumped each other, and
there was a lot of contact. I think we could have seen a yellow handkerchief thrown on that play, but there was no flag thrown.
Halftown's pass again, pretty well thrown, but credit Tim Hackett with a fine defensive play, and it's 4th down. We've just moved inside, 3 minutes to play here in this first half, and Salamanca on top by a score of 21-0. They have scored every time they've had a possession, and this will be their toughest opportunity thus far, as they're looking at 4th and 8, and they decided they'd like to talk it over. So we have a timeout on the field. Let's take time in for this message.
For over 20 years, C.A. Lonsbury Napa Auto Parts at 5 Broad Street in Salamanca has been your one-stop auto parts store. We carry a large stock of quality Napa auto replacement parts and supplies. With over 50 years of counter experience, Jerry Lockwood and his staff will assist you at getting just the part you need. We also stock Pennzoil, SK tools, and a large variety of oil, air, and fuel filters for your car, truck, and construction equipment. For all your auto supply needs, it's C.A. Lonsbury, 5 Broad Street, Salamanca.
Back here at Salamanca, the Warriors, after the timeout, are looking at 4th down. They have a receiver over here, Eric, check that, Dan Ward, split wide right, Halftown. Throws over here, and it's complete. John Lee takes it in at the 28, and he'll be very close. Dick Heydrich, do you think he has it?
They're on the move. That's a 1st down.
Why?
No, they can't measure. That's a 1st down. Okay, guys. Geez, they were taking a double look at it there. They had me worried.
They could pass play. Halftown to John Lee, and boy, Mark Halftown is spread his receivers around. He got the ball to Quinn. He got it to Ward. Now he gets it to John Lee, and so.
Well, you mentioned it earlier, Kenny. Gee, they're sending like 3 and 4 receivers out, and boy, they're putting a lot of pressure on that Pioneer secondary.
1st and 10. Travis Heron has the ball. Heron dives down close to the 22, and we got a little extracurricular activity going on down there.
They got some frustrated white jerseys out there, I think. Not a lot of success. That looked like number 64 at Matt Woolley, talking things over with Chris Gilfillan.
Discussing the Bork nomination, obviously.
I think they're probably talking about what they're going to do after the game, maybe at the homecoming games. You know?
Dad Thompson from Pioneer will credit him with the stop on that last play. Not before Heron, though, sets it up 2nd down and 5 at the 23. Backs in the divide with a receiver, Piccolo, wide left. Halftown looking to Piccolo. Piccolo's down at the goal line. Touchdown, Piccolo! Bob Piccolo got behind the defender and took in the Halftown pass, and Salamanca's on top 27-0.
I'll tell you what, Piccolo, just a little bit of a guy, 5'7", 145-pounder, but he showed me something there. He ran past Gretzler. And we know how fast Gretzler's been.
He burned him.
Yeah, you could tell Piccolo was over there. He goes, come on, Mark, give me the football.
Tell you what, it was a straight run fly pattern down that left side, and Halftown rolled that way, and he was looking Piccolo all the way. Well, we have a flag down on the field, Dick, and evidently...
well, they're talking with Salamanca, Captain Mark Halftown.
Personal foul that took place after the play, and the touchdown stands.
They got so many weapons on this offense. You got furlong, you got halftime, you got Heron inside. Then you come back, you got Swike and Piccolo on the flankers are alternating in and out. Last week, Swike broke a long touchdown run. This week, Piccolo burned somebody deep for a touchdown pass. Pretty tough to defend this Salamanca team.
Holding was the call against Pioneer, defensive holding, and Salamanca obviously refuses the penalty. They will take that 23-yard touchdown pass from halftime to Piccolo. Bob, and
there's our man Darrell down on the 50-yard.
he's into this tonight.
Yeah.
Furlong's kick is up, and it is good. So Salamanca now leads 28-0.
Boy, he got nailed too. Furlong, I can't believe they didn't throw a penalty flag on him. There he goes. There's our flag now. Number 64, Matt Woolley, talking things over there.
Hey, Dick, I think you talked him into that penalty. Back here at Salamanca, following that extra point, as Dick said, Pioneer was penalized for a personal foul, a dead ball foul, and so they've marched off 15 yards, and McGarrett will kick it off from the 45, and his kick carries into the end zone. Hackett down there at the goal line does not attempt to field the ball. So with the kick into the end zone, they'll bring it out to the 20, and that's where Pioneer will set up shop 1st and 10. We have 1:38 left to play here in this first half, and Dick, Salamanca leading 28-0, and the Warriors have been unstoppable.
Boy, you just said a mouthful. Everything they've tried tonight's worked. They're just offensively, they're just very, very effective. They got so many weapons out there.
They have been awesome. We have Bunsey under center. They come on tonight with a wing left and a receiver Andrews wide left. Handoff to Gretzler, and Gretzler is going to be buried in the backfield. McGarrett, number 35, looks like he was in there to make that stop. And Salamanca putting in some new troops here.
Yeah, getting some of the starters a rest here before half, and not a bad idea. Get some of your younger kids some game experience, and you never know when you're going to have to call upon them.
The problem that Larry Slanovich over at Pioneer has right now is keeping the troops, keeping their keeping their spirits up a little bit.
Well,
this team has to be down. This has really got to take it out of them.
They've lost a lot of composure, but we just witnessed by the unsportsmanlike conduct call.
Bunsey under center. Bunsey is back to pass. He's in trouble. He throws it away. He was sacked in there by Gilfillan.
He's getting up slowly. Those kind of tackles hurt. Gilfillan just put him on his back, and his shoulder was right in the rib cage.
Pete Saparic also in there along with Gilfillan, and Bunsey just barely got the ball away. The referee gave him the benefit of the doubt on that call.
Try to pick up some of the fresh players in the forwards as the rain starts to fall. Number 55, middle linebacker, is John Hernup. John's a 5'7", 185-pound junior. Also in there, number 24, is John Lee.
3rd and 12 from the 18. The back's in the eye. Bunsey hands off to Gretzler, and Gretzler does well to get to the 22. John Lee, number 24, had some help in there from 62, it appears. That's Mark Crowley.
Forced Pioneer into a punting situation, and here again we'll see if we can watch Eric Swoik on the return, see if he can field one in the air.
So Pioneer is faced with a punting situation as we've moved down to 20 seconds left to play in the first half, and Robley stands at his 10 and booms it out of there. High, short punt. It bounces and takes a Pioneer roll across midfield, and the white shirts surround it, and they'll down it right at the 45, stopping the clock with only 8 seconds left to play here in the first half.
I think they got to run one play here. Salamanca was... Well,
they might not have to do that. They're going to wind it up right now.
Yeah, they're going to let it run out. So Salamanca will head into the locker room here with a 28-0 halftime lead.
Okay, folks, there it is. That has concluded play here in the first half, and the first half has been dominated by the Salamanca Warriors. They lead here at halftime by a score of 28-0. We'll be back to wrap up this first half with statistics and scoring plays, but let's take a break for this message.
Tossin'. McDonald's introduces a new taste with turkey and ham. New McDonald's chef salad.
Toss me a salad with turkey and ham.
New McDonald's chef salad.
Toss it for me fresh all day. This meal goes any place.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Sponsored by your locally owned and operated McDonald's in Arcade and Springville. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Back here at Salamanca, the homecoming festivities have just concluded. Let's run down real quickly the statistics in the first half. For Pioneer, they had 3 first downs in the first half. In the passing department, Dave Buncey was 3 for 6 with 1 interception. He gained 63 yards in the airways. Leading ball carrier for the Pioneer Panthers, Jeff Gretzler, 7 carries, only 18 yards. They had 2 turnovers, 1 fumble, 1 interception. And Dick, that tells the story for the Panthers. Let's run down the Warriors.
Well, for Salamanca, it's been a Paul Furlong evening. Paul's had 12 carries for a total of 93 yards in the first half. Mark Halfpound had 7 carries for 31 yards. Travis Heron, 5 carries for 22 yards. Passing, Heron's 2 for 4, total of 35 yards. And Salamanca's had 10 first downs the first half. And credit Furlong with 3 touchdown runs of 5, 6, and 7 yards, and then he had a 2-point conversion. And he also had the PAT kick for the other point. So it's been a good night for the senior. I'd like to make mention that Paul Furlong is also our king for the homecoming, and the queen this year is Julie Lee. So Paul Furlong's been Mr. Do-It-All tonight.
Okay, and who won the float competition here tonight, real
2
quick?
divisions, the senior high division, the seniors were in first place winner, and the junior high division, the freshmen were the first place finish. They really had some outstanding floats this season. I'd like to give credit to all the classes participating.
Okay, and we also want to thank Amy Salzler and Lisa Subtle from Pioneer for their statistics that they provided for us. And who was that young lady from?
Well, that's Paul Furlong's older sister, Patty Furlong, providing us with the Salamanca statistics. So thanks, ladies. Okay, so a successful homecoming here at Salamanca, and thus far they've been very successful on the football field. They lead by a score here of 28-0 as Pioneer's Thad Thompson kicks it away, and it's a beauty. Thompson's kick is taken at the 10, the 20. That's Swike.
Swike across the 30, and he'll go down in a pile around the 34-yard line. So Eric Swike on a 24-yard return sets up the Warriors 1st and 10 on the 34.
I'll tell you, he's a gutsy little guy. I like the way he returns. He just gets it and goes straight ahead, no messing around.
Well, Salamanca marched 77 yards on their first drive. Furlong capped it with a 6-yard touchdown run. Then later in the first quarter, on the kickoff, they recovered a fumble, and Furlong culminated that drive with a 21-yard drive with a 5-yard run for a touchdown. In the second quarter, they scored again on a Furlong run from 7 yards out, and then they scored later in the second quarter on a pass to Piccolo. So they're on top 28-0 on this first play. They sweep the right side up close to the 39-yard line. We'll pick up a 5 for Furlong on that play and sets up the Warriors with 2nd down, and we'll call it a short 5.
Furlong running the sweep. He had a lot of red jerseys out in front of him and picked up a quick 5 yards here to start the second half. So sound like a face with a 2nd and 5 situation.
Boy,
it doesn't look like Pioneers made any adjustments defensively. They're staying with that 5-3 defense. Secondary, Hackett, Buncey, and Gretzler. The linebackers for Sella, Robley, and Bledinger.
Okay, Salamanca comes out in a wing T formation. The wing here is John Lee. Pitch to Furlong. Furlong across the 40, and he'll get down. Boys, he hit abruptly, and we got a penalty flag going down. Robley, along with number 87, Crispin, were at the bottom of the stack, but there was a white jersey that arrived awful late.
Pacharski, number 77, came in and just clobbered Furlong in the backside. I'll tell you, that hurts, too. He was just sitting in an upright position. I'm sure our camera picked it up. Boy, he just nailed him in the back. Furlong coming off the field here, a little draggy.
He is wobbly. So a 15-yard penalty coming up against the Panthers, and they are getting a little feisty here, down 28-0 on
Checking in for Furlong looks like number 24, and that's John Lee. Or excuse me, number 21 is Wojtovich. Rich Wojtovich. He's a junior 6-footer, 180-pounder. Is that right? No, I was looking at the wrong line. 5'6", 137. I was looking at it. Wait a second. It's that Pepsi we got up here again.
Oh, I tell you, it'll do it to you.
Yep.
Okay, Eric Swike also checks into the ball game with the play from Coach Witcher. George normally alternates his wingbacks, and this year it's Swike and Piccolo that are bringing in the plays. They have it 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. After that 15-yard penalty, they're in Panther territory. On the double reverse, here comes, big hole for Swike. Swike makes a cut, and he's going to go in the end zone. He's at the 5. Touchdown.
I'll tell you what, Kenny, what a gutsy call. You talk about having confidence in a backup player. That time, number 21, Rich Wojtovich, who just checks in the ball game, handles the football running to the right with the inside counter play to Swike, and he was off to the races. How's that for confidence in your backup players handling the football back there? Jeez.
Boy, I'll tell you what a move Swike made on number 82 from Pioneer, Carl Kozak. Kozak had a good shot at him around the 25, and Swike just went around him like he wasn't even standing there. He juked him right out, and all of a sudden, Salamanca's on top by a score of 34-0. Going for the 2-point conversion. Handoff inside. It looks like he will not get in the end zone.
Looked like Heron up inside, number 47.
That's right. So Travis Heron is denied the goal line, so the score remains Salamanca 34, Pioneer nothing.
Den's Auto Body, 496 Broad Street, Salamanca is the right place to go when your car needs body repair or auto glass and windshield replacement. In business for 12 years, Dennis Urbanski will give you a repair price that you and your insurance company can live with. Jim Lug Haley and Leon Frog Fuller are recognized as the two best collision repair experts in town. But if your old wreck is beyond repair, then let Denny show you one of his clean, quality used cars. Den's Auto Body, 496 Broad Street, Salamanca.
Back here at Salamanca, the Warriors have scored their 5th touchdown of the game. They started on their own 34-yard line and went 66 yards, culminating on a big run there, 42 yards by that little wingback, Eric Swike. So Salamanca now on top by a score of 34-0, and they're going to kick it away. Jim McGarrett, number 35, kicks it deep and is taken by one of the upbacks. That's Blendinger. Blendinger to 25, and Blendinger will go down at about the 27-yard lines, and one of the first people there to meet him was Kyle Lester, number 21.
Also in there, number 22 for the Warriors, and that's, well, I'm sorry, 22 is Wojtovich. I was confused. Kyle Lester's 21. He's the boy that checked into the bathroom. He's 6 foot, 180 pounds. That's where I got confused.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. I was thinking that was Wojtovich back there. Wojtovich is number 22. Kyle Lester, number 21. He's a transfer from Little Valley, Kenny.
Okay. Pioneer with the ball, and Grutzler gets the call, and he goes for short yardage up near the 30. Gain of close to 4 on the play, however. And we'll call it 2nd down and 6. So Pioneer stung here again by this very, very efficient, effective scoring machine that the Warriors have put together tonight. They have just been very, very awesome. That's the only way to describe them.
In defensively for the injured Furlong, number 29 Swike is at the safety position, and Andy Hogan moved over in
Bunsey completes a pass nicely up here to number 80. I thought it said 89. 28 Lewandowski. Check that. Lewandowski.
Brad Lewandowski, tight end, 6'1", 180-pound senior, cracking that secondary.
Bunsey completes his 4th pass of the game. He's 4 for 7. And Dick, we had an injured player on that last play. Did you pick up a number?
Well, that's number 29, and that's Eric Swike, the kid that just ran for the touchdown. A little shaken up on that stop. He's just a little guy, but he's not afraid to stick his nose in there. And that time, Lewandowski, being a little bit bigger, had his toll on the smaller Swike.
1st and 10 for Pioneer to 44, and again, Bunsey going to put it up. He throws out here to the sidelines, and oh, it's broken up. Nicely defended on the play. Pass intended for Andrews. And
Dan Ward, number 88, from his outside linebacker position, getting an excellent drop and getting out here in the flat. And Andy Hogan also was out here to help out on the play.
Chad Andrews got up off the field, and he sort of thought maybe he had been interfered with, but the official said no, that Mr. Ward had played it just right. So the incomplete pass sets up 2nd down and 10. We have a late rain falling here at Vet Stadium, and
Furlong is checked back into the game for the Warriors.
good to see that.
Uh-oh.
They blitzed, and they were trying to set up the screen over there for Gretzler, and the pass is overthrown. Heron and Halftown came from the linebacker position, and they blitzed, and boy, Bunsey just had to unload.
2 inside linebackers on an all-out blitz, and heck, Pioneer didn't even have a chance to set up a screenplay. They blew right through there.
So the incomplete pass sets up 3rd down and 10 for Pioneer. They're on their own 44. We have 8:35 here left to play in the 3rd quarter. Salamanca leading in the ball game by a score of 34-0. Okay, Subtle in the ball game. He's at a wing. Now he goes in motion. Deep back, Gretzler gets the call, and Gretzler will not make it to the line of scrimmage.
Didn't fool Jimmy Quinn at all from his defensive end position, and he had hold of Gretzler in the backfield. So loss of about 2 on the play.
McGarrett also slid over and helped finish off, but boy, they have really contained Gretzler tonight. The quick tailback has not been able to get it going too well.
Andy Hogan deep for the Warriors,
Robley
replacing the injured Swipe. Robley
booms it away. It's his best punt of the evening. Hogan retreats inside the 20. He's on his over the 20, and he'll go down there in a pile. 77, Bolcharski, with help from number 20, Brian Weber, makes the stop for Pioneer. The Salamanca will set up shop 1st and 10 in their own 21. And
hey, Bocharski got downfield well that time for a big tackle. 6'2", 205-pounder. Getting down there and make that stop. Good punt coverage by the Panthers.
we've called his name quite a few times here tonight. He's been one of the...
A couple different reasons, but nevertheless, we called his name.
I think he's probably been one of the more active defenders. Would you agree with that statement?
Very aggressive, yeah.
Okay, Salamanca. They have handled the ball 5 times, and each time it's resulted in a touchdown. Let's see here. Halftime on the play fake. He keeps it. Now he makes a late pitch to Furlong, and Furlong will go down at the 25. Well defended on the play by the cornerback, Jeff Gretzler. Gretzler came up very nicely and handled Furlong one-on-one, made a good hit.
Just a reminder, we've got to pick out an MVP player of the ballgame. That could be pretty tough tonight. There's been a lot of outstanding performers out here. Well, when it's 34-0, you got to say that...
Boy, they have done very well. Halftime has thrown the ball well. He's executed on the options nicely. His ball handling ability has been impressive. Furlong has been awesome running the ball. This Warrior offense has just been a machine, clicking on all 8 cylinders here tonight. Okay, Halftime again on the play flake. Makes the pitch to Heron. Travis Heron cuts it inside, up close to the 27, maybe the 28. Short gain in the play. Slipping over there with Bocharski to make the stop. And I tell you what, Heron had to show a lot of athletic ability just to pull in the pitch there from Halftime.
Something a little different, running the option with your fullback out there. Heron doing a nice job. Doesn't possess outstanding speed, but certainly adequate enough to get the job done. He's big and strong. 6 foot, 215-pound fullback.
3rd down. They're at the 28. They need to move to about the 32, so it's 3rd and 4. Pitch to Furlong. He's across the 30. 1st down yardage at the 35, and he'll go down at the 40. Hackett, number 33, along with Carl Kozak, number 82, bring them down in that secondary, but not before Paul picked up 12 yards on a 1st down, and the Warriors keep it moving.
Boy, we made a lot of mention about the running backs for the Warriors, but I'll tell you, those guys up front are doing a job. What an alley they opened up that time for Furlong to run through. You could just see it, and they held their ground. They didn't allow a white jersey to penetrate through there. You got to give a lot of credit over there to Dan Ward, Chris Gilfillan, Pete Saperik, and Paul Myers on that left side. The Warrior offensive lineman doing a number tonight.
See a few new people in there. I see number 62 in the ball game for Salamanca, Mark Crowley. He's a senior, 5'7", 145 pounds. So, you know,
two weeks ago he separated his shoulder, and he's out there playing. Kid's tough.
Oh boy, either that or he's...
Oh, he's tough.
Okay. Well, whatever. That's amazing. So Salamanca, 1st and 10. The ball resting just inside their 40. They come out in the wing T. Piccolo, wing left. Handoff. Heron. Big hole over the middle. Travis Heron across the 50.
Man.
1st down yardage inside the 50 at the 49.
What a punishing runner, and that's got to take its toll on your secondary people trying to bring down a big man like that.
Boy, Scott Beckwith, number 46, into the ball game, made that stop along with Timmy Hackett. Not before Heron gives them first down yardage at the Pioneer 49.
So the officials are taking a timeout. A doctor. Pioneers calling for a doctor out over on the sideline. But there's been some contact out there tonight, Kenny. Seen a couple players coming out on both sides.
Okay, the preliminary indication is that
That's
number 77, Nick Bocharski, might be the player that is shook up and needs attended over there on the bench. He is surrounded by a bunch of green jackets, so it's hard to pick him up in the glasses. We'll try to keep you informed on that situation. Salamanca now, 1st and 10 at the Pioneer 49. Travis Heron, big hole, 45, and he'll get down at the 40. Robley drags him down from behind, but not before he's very close to first down yardage.
John Bookmiller, number 72, is checked in for the injured Bocharski. So Pioneers got a couple clean jerseys out there trying to get some fresh people and find somebody, David Niemand, also in his number 55.
I see Bocharski standing along the sidelines.
They're attending to him. Looks like they're looking into his eyes, maybe a blow to the head.
I really think they're looking at his arm or hand, but
who am I, where am I, what am I? It's hard to tell.
second down and short yardage, and Furlong gets the call, and check that. Was it? Did he?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
55. Kyler Furlong, that's the guy, David Niemand. I just called his name. He jumped right on top of Paul's shoulders.
They reacted very funny after the play was all over, and I wasn't sure whether Furlong had the ball or not, but indeed he did, and he did not get the first down yardage, so they're looking at third down, and we're going to call it less than a yard, trying to keep this drive alive. They've been 5 for 5 thus far, 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns. It'll be interesting to see if they can make it 6. Halftown on the keeper. He has blockers. Penalty flag is down as he's down to the 35, and he'll be knocked out of bounds over there inside the 35. Coming up from the secondary, it appears, was Tim Hackett to make the play, but it looks like the Warriors may have be called for a holding on this play. Holding is the preliminary signal, and it's going to come back. Salamanca's been able to avoid the penalties thus far, Dick, and
pretty much. I'm impressed. You know, you come out, and Salamanca had a lot of green kids to start this season, and I know there were some question marks to see how the kids would react and pan out. I mean, you had some kids that had very little game experience. Man, they've really gelled here. They're midway through the season. They're really peaking here.
In the Division 6, they have a record coming in of 3-0. They're well on their way to going 4-0. They have 2 league games remaining. Next week, they travel down to Bradner Stadium, where they will take on the Olean Huskies. And then in 2 weeks, Dunkirk comes to town. Last night in league action, Dunkirk beat Olean by a score of 24-21. Olean led that ball game 21-12 into the 4th quarter. Olean actually could have padded their lead. They had 2 golden opportunities wasted in the 3rd quarter, which probably might have salted the game away. And then Dunkirk came back in the 4th quarter and defeated them 24-21. Gowanda won again last night. They beat Fredonia 6-0. So Gowanda still remains in 2nd place in this Division 6. 3rd down, and Furlong gets the call, and he looks like he will have first down yardage. Furlong at the 35, and Gretzler brings him down from behind. So the penalty did not stop him. They marked off the 10 yards. Salamanca had a 3rd and 10, and Furlong gets it all back.
That's where Furlong's at his best, Kenny. As he gets into that secondary open field, he seems to find that daylight. He knows right where to run. Very impressive. He's got that long stride. He gets in that open field. He's tough.
Well, he picked up close to 18 yards on that play as they spot the ball down at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 Warriors. The clock continues to roll. 3:25 left to play. 3rd quarter action, and Salamanca leading by a 34-0 lead. Halftime bumps into Heron. Heron still finds a big hole. Heron dives inside the 20, and he'll have another first down, it would appear.
Gretzler again making the stop. That young man's going to be sore in the morning. He took Heron's legs away from him.
Boy, you would think that after Heron and Halftime bumped into each other behind the line of scrimmage that play was going to go for very little, but there was still a gigantic hole there for Travis Heron.
What kind of job those kids up front for Salamanca are doing. Their linemen are just outstanding tonight. They're getting off the ball. They're staying with their blocks.
Andy Hogan, a junior, 5'9", 160-pounder in there at QB now. He hands off to Heron, and Heron dragging people down inside the 10. He's close to another first down.
Salamanca knocking on the door. We're down to 2.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. They're on top, 34-0. Pioneer early on in the ball game were very successful moving the football. However, they were unable to put a score on the board, and it's been all Salamanca this evening.
Okay, the referees are going to bring in the sticks from clear across the field to measure for the first down. Salamanca continues to drive down the field. Pioneer, Dick, is putting a lot of new young people into the ball game, so at this point, their morale has to be pretty much at an all-time low. This is tough, isn't it?
They got some kids banged up over there, and I think right now on the sidelines, George Witcher called assistant coach Ralph Tomlin down, and he's trying to organize a second unit to get out there. Salamanca going to give some of the younger kids some game experience, and I'll tell you what, Salamanca's got quite a program established here. George Witcher right on down through the freshman level. He's got Chuck Euler running that team, and Rich Morton on the JV level. The freshman team has lost one game. The JV team is undefeated. They've got such a program established here. They're just tough year in, year out.
Okay, we see number 45, Chris Sebastian, new number into the ball game for the Warriors. He's a tight end on the left side. Full house backfield behind quarterback Andy Hogan. Hogan hands off Travis Heron. Travis Heron down inside the 5, and he's close to the goal line. So Travis Heron, they did pick up that first down. We failed to mention that. So the Warriors knocking at the door from the 1-yard line. Second down and goal. We're down to 1:50 left to play here in this third quarter. And
I think we'll see Travis Heron hit up the middle again. And after this series, I think we're going to see all the second unit for the Warriors. Got an equipment problem with number 78 for the Warriors coming out as Gary Hansen. Got a problem with his helmet.
Right now they're telling Hansen he's going to have to sit out a play, and little discussion here between Witcher and the referee in the ball game here tonight. That's Don Dykeman. Don's telling George that Hansen's going to have to sit out for a player, take a timeout. So George right now is sending in number 72, Mike Warrior, junior, 5'8", 150-pounder. And
that's a size lineman we used to have, 5'8", 155 pounds. These kids today are big.
Okay, Salamanca knocking at the door. Second down and goal from the 1. Quarterback Andy Hogan. Pitch to Furlong. Furlong is in the end zone. Brendinger unable to deny him the goal line, and for the 4th time tonight, Paul Furlong's in the end zone. So the Warriors have upped the score now to 40-0. Well, Dick, this has turned into a rout.
It was a rout at halftime. 54 seconds remaining. Salamanca got a little confusion. They're using some fresh players. They had to bring a player in from the sideline again, and that's 72 running in is Mike Warrior filling in. He was unsure he was supposed to stay in the ball game. Salamanca going for the 2-point conversion here.
Okay.
Hogan hands off to Heron over the right side, and he looks like he's in there.
He certainly is. Travis Heron tacks on the 2. And so, with 54 seconds to play in the third quarter now, Salamanca 42, Pioneer nothing.
To own your own home that fits the way you live and within your budget is a very important part of American life. Arcade and Twin Lake Estates are communities designed to provide a planned, protected environment for your lifestyle, whether you're a retired couple or a family just getting started. For less than $350 a month, you could own your own home with your lot payment included. Maybe it's time you thought about your life at Arcade or Twin Lake Estates.
Back here at Salamanca, the Salamanca Warriors have had 6 offensive possessions, and they have converted them all into touchdowns. And for the 4th time tonight, Paul Furlong is in the end zone. He scored on 6-yard, 5-yard, 7-yard, now a 1-yard run. Other touchdown plays was a 23-yard pass play, half down to Piccolo, and Eric Zweig on a 42-yard run. So
everybody getting in on the scoring action, and I'm sure George Witcher isn't trying to run the score up, but his offense is just clicking, and Pioneer's defense isn't. They're just unable to stop the Warrior machine.
For Pioneer, it looks like Nick Bocharski is okay over there along the sideline. We also see number 64, Matt Woolley, And on that previous play, Pioneer had another player that was banged up on the extra point attempt. That was Thad Thompson. So Pioneer is getting banged up in a lot of ways here tonight.
We're still attending to some players over there, Ken, on the sidelines.
They sure are. Okay, Jim McGarrett, number 35, who's had plenty of practice tonight kicking off. We'll do it once more. Short kick. It's going to be taken by Blendinger. Blendinger, 35, and he'll go down at the 35.
First hit by Crowley, 62, but Blendinger broke that tackle. Looks like on the bottom of that
85.
pile, number 85.
Norman Morehouse.
Norman Morehouse, my old next-door neighbor.
All right, Norm, he did the job.
Stormin' Norman.
He must have worked with Norman probably when he was a little kid.
This gives me a chance to make amends here. Ken, a couple of weeks ago we were talking about blocking punts. Well, we'll have to get back to it after this player next time we get a few seconds here.
Okay, the Salamanca has many of the second unit out there as Bunsey throws over, and it's in and out of the hands of the tight end Lewandowski. Brad Lewandowski tried to make a jump catch up here at the 45, unable to bring it down, so the incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10.
A couple of weeks ago we were up in Springville, Ken, if you can recall, we were talking about blocking punts, and I made the comment, we always practiced it, but we never blocked any. Well, I was corrected by Chuck Euler, an old teammate of mine. He's the freshman coach down here. He reminded me he had two as a lineman. We blocked a field goal and a punt, and he returned them both for kickoff. So, Chuck, I apologize, and now we're even.
Bunsey again, back to pass. He's throwing long out here for Hackett. Hackett has it at the 35, and he'll go down at the 30. Beautiful pass, Bunsey to Hackett. Covering on the play for Salamanca, number 22, Rich Wojtowicz. Sorry about that, Rich.
Number 40 is Chris Cunningham, and he was the man out here on the coverage, and he just got beat. Looks like he was going for the football, but when you do that, you've got to be 100% sure.
That's the second time tonight that Bunsey has been able to connect long with Hackett. 1st and 10. Gretzler will be brought down. And boy, I'll tell you, that young man, number 62.
Crowley,
he's pumped. Mark Crowley.
The Mark Gastineau
impersonation.
Yeah. He's excited. He likes to get his nose in there. And some of these younger kids, you can't blame them.
Okay, well, that play has concluded the 3rd quarter, and the rain has really picked up in its intensity. At the end of 3 quarters now, score remains Salamanca 42, Pioneer nothing.
For the high cost of eating out today, it's nice to know there's a place where great foods and prompt service doesn't mean expensive. The Ponderosa in the Olean Center Mall features a full menu of choice steaks, chicken dishes, burgers, and the fabulous Hot Spot Pasta Bar, featuring a full cold side for great salad creations and a superb array of delicious hot foods for the entire family to enjoy. For the quality foods your family deserves, discover the Ponderosa restaurant in the Olean Center Mall, where shopping and great food go together. There's a family feeling at Ponderosa.
Tacked on 2 more touchdowns here in the 3rd quarter. They lead by a score of 42-0, but Pioneer trying to get one back. And Bunsey is under center. Bunsey throwing down into the corner. Incomplete. Timmy Hackett was the intended receiver. Covering down there for Salamanca was number 40, Chris Cunningham.
Tell you, Pioneer still just sending one receiver out. Hackett the only person out there. Salamanca had a little bit of pressure on Bunsey. He was able to unload it, just overthrew his receiver.
Okay, so this is going to set up a 3rd down and 9 situation for Pioneer. The ball resting just inside the 30-yard line. We're calling it the 29 as the Panthers break the huddle. Hackett, along with Andrews over here wide left, and Bunsey on a deep drop. Throws it over the middle. It's complete down inside the 20 and 1st down yardage.
Kenny, we've been corrected. I guess number 40 out there is Greg Abrams. He's listed on our program as 44. Mr. A.D. Pete Weissing. Johnny on the spot to correct that. Yeah, you guys look alike.
Well, in that last play, Bunsey hooked up with number 14, Drew Thompson. Thompson with his 2nd big reception in the evening, and he has set up the Panthers 1st and 10 on the Salamanca 17-yard line. This has been their best penetration of the football game. Power eye set left. Andrews split wide left. Gretzler gets the call, and Gretzler will not make it to the line of scrimmage. Meeting him first was number 31. Number 31 is Ron Hensel, a senior, 5'11", 157, and he made a fine defensive play on Gretzler.
Heard that contact all the way up here. Now Gretzler is getting up very slowly. They're sending the coaches out.
He's all right.
He's up now.
Winded up.
But I think the official is going to send him out of the ball game for one play. Looking across the field, some key people for Pioneer. Number 60 over there is Andy Rogers. He's injured. Number 77 is Bacharski, and number 64 is Woolley. 3 key performers for Pioneer. They're sitting over on the bench with towels draped over their heads. I think they've had it for the evening.
Well, Hackett is in there in the backfield to replace Gretzler, who I think he'll return. He has a slight ankle injury there. On that last play, Jeff lost a couple back to the 20, 2nd down and 12. Bunsey again looking to put it up. This time he's under pressure, throws down here into a crowd. Ball is deflected because it'll be incomplete.
Looked like number 83, Brian Pecora. Number 89 also in there is John Kemp for the Warriors. Pretty good coverage. There's a flag on the play, and it's in the area of a holding.
Pass was intended for Carl Kozak, number 82 from Pioneer. And Dick, you sure you see a flag? Oh, there it is, way over there along the sideline. I couldn't see it. Dare I doubt you? I'm sorry. Okay.
I think it's going to be a holding call against Pioneer. That'd be my guess.
Well, I missed the preliminary signal, but evidently that is indeed the call because they're starting to march off yardage. Oh, it's 15 Penguins coming up against the Panthers. They have marched the ball all the way back to the 35, a personal foul.
I'll tell you what, Kenny, this young secondary for the Warriors doesn't look too bad on their coverage because they're being tested by Pioneer starters. Once he's still throwing at him, and he's throwing to his number 1 receivers. They're doing a pretty decent job out there.
Okay, Bunsey sets up the screen for Sulla. At the 30, and he'll go down shy of the 25-yard line. And Dick, that secondary come up and covered that very nicely.
Bill Imborski, number 66, was over there, and I believe he's playing an outside linebacker. Did a nice job breaking up that play. His Pioneer had set the screen up very nicely that time.
So on the play, Priscilla took it from the 35 down to the 26, a gain of 9 on that screen pass. And it's going to leave them still with about a 2nd down and 18. They need to move all the way to the 3rd and 18 as they break the huddle. They have 2 people split wide left. Looks like Kozak and Andrews backs in the divide, and Bunsey is back to pass. He throws down here in the corner, and it's underthrown, and it was almost intercepted. Kozak was in the end zone, but the ball was up around the 5, and 3 red shirts had a good chance to intercept, and they weren't able to come to the ball.
3 red jerseys underneath it, and Pecora tips it away. Piccolo is underneath it, and so is John Kemp. That was just a prayer, that pass. He just heaved it up in the air. His receiver had run into the end zone. Lost track of the football.
Okay, Hensel checks out, and into the ball game is John Printup. And before we can run another play, Pioneers decided to take a timeout. So with a timeout on the field, 9:38 left to play in the ball game. Salamanca leading by a score of 42-0. Let's take a break.
Hi, I'm Tom Gabriel. I'm with Olean's #1 real estate company, Pepper and Crandall, the Gallery of Homes. And we'd like you to know we're behind this area's #1 football teams, the Olean Huskies and the South End Pee Wee League. Olean Huskies, go in there. Score a touchdown, win the game. For this area's #1 football team and this area's #1 real estate company, Pepper and Crandall, the Gallery of Homes.
Pepper Crandall, Gallery of Homes, 401 West State Street, Olean. Hey, Salamanca, have you seen our new Better Bells? So what's new? How about our new fresh baked donuts and rolls at our new bakery section? So what's better? Check out how convenient it is to find just what you're shopping for. We've got the finest bulk foods, a complete deli, and beautiful plants to make a great centerpiece. So it is new. It is better. It's Bells of Salamanca.
Ken Woodruff along with Dick Heydrich here at Salamanca, where the Warriors have been impressive. Pioneer, though, is faced with 4th and 18 at the Salamanca 26. And Bunsey back to pass. Throws out here for Gretzler. Gretzler has it at the 20, and he'll get down at the 15. Nice defensive play.
22, Rich Wojtovich coming up making that stop. The outside linebacker that time looked like number 55. John Printup just kind of lost sight of the ball. The ball was lobbed over his head, but the Warriors hold on downs. They take over 1st and 10 from about the 16-yard line.
So Salamanca leading in the ball game 42-0, and they have the football 1st and 10. Pioneer with their best offensive movement of the night, come up empty. And Salamanca takes over on the 16-yard line, and we got a lot of new red jerseys in there. We'll do the best we can to pick them up as they do something. Okay, quick here to Piccolo. Piccolo moves the ball up to about the 17, maybe the 18-yard line. So Hogan on the pitch to Piccolo, gain of 3.
It was just that power play running off tackle, and Lester in the backfield went the wrong way. It's a good thing there wasn't a collision back there. It sounded like they lost one of their blockers.
Okay.
Got some fresh people coming in for Pioneer. We'll try to pick up some of those players for our viewers. David Heckathorn is number 88 at one end. The other end is number 85, and that's Mike Pawlowski.
John Lee on the pitch, and Lee lost the ball, and it looks like the Warriors have been able to dive on it. We'll wait now for the... No, it looks like Pioneers come up with a loose ball. 87, we're going to give credit for the fumble. Recover Mike Christman.
Salamanca likes playing defense better anyway. I think the kids down here like to hit better than getting hit.
Well, the streak was broken. That was the 7th time they've handled the ball tonight. That's the first time they've been stopped. So they had gone 6 offensive possession and 6 scores, and finally the Warriors make a mistake. Well, Pioneer slow getting the offense set up. They've decided to take a timeout. So with timeout on the field, time in for this.
Your community college can offer you so much more. Located right here in Olean, the Cattaraugus County campus of JCC can offer you 2-year liberal arts or career programs to meet your needs and goals. Our liberal arts graduates are eligible to transfer to any 4-year college or university. Our counselors and staff will provide you with the personal attention that you need to get your education off to the right start. Jamestown Community College, your community college working for you. If you're trying to get your car back on the road and you want to save a little money, make sure to stop in at Previty Auto on Galen Hill Road in Freedom. Besides our wide selection of used parts, we also sell many new car engine and body parts. Previty Auto guarantees 100% satisfaction on anything sold. Not too many can say that. And we're open 6 days a week from 8 until 5 with teletype from coast to coast. Previty Auto. No one can beat our price or our guarantee.
Back here at Salamanca, Pioneer 1st and 10 at the Warrior 15, and Bunsey on a deep drop, throws into the corner of the end zone. He has a man down there. Touchdown!
Timmy Hackett, number 33.
33.
Looks like he was on the receiving end of that.
Dick, you must have a better angle past into that corner of the end zone, but you are so right. Hackett from Bunsey.
Well, you got to get your glasses off the cheerleaders. Watch the play.
Okay, now we start.
Jeez, you can't see how them glasses are all fogged up.
Okay. So a 15-yard pass play, and now the Panthers trying to tack on the conversion. They throw into the corner, and it's broken up. John Lee might have had a hand on it. Also in there, covering on the play, it looks like 40. Greg Abrams. Pass was intended, it looks like, down there into the corner. Hackett was down there, but he couldn't get the ball. So the incomplete pass, the score remains Salamanca 42, Pioneer 6.
If you're looking for an evening of video entertainment without a lot of hassle, rent your next tape at Bell's in Salamanca, the Village Convenience in Portville, or the Quality Market in Olean. You don't have to make an extra stop to choose from a wide selection of films. Now you can pick up a selection right along with the milk and paper. Next time, for convenience sake, rent your next tape at Bell's in Salamanca, Village Convenience in Portville, or the Quality Market in Olean.
Back here at Salamanca, the Pioneer Panthers have scored for the first time tonight. Dave Bunsey to Tim Hackett, 15-yard pass play. The Panthers are on the board. We're down to 7:56 left to play here in the 4th quarter, and the rain has dropped off in its intensity. It's a light mist as they kick it off. Thad Thompson's kick is taken down here at the 15. John Lee.
Oh,
John
he got an alley.
The 40, 45, the 50, and finally Thad Thompson brings him down at the 49-yard line. So John Lee with a fine
Boy,
return.
he put a big league move on Hackett, cut it inside him. Nice return by John Lee. If I can read this straight, he's only a junior, and we'll see a lot of him next season. 5'9", 175-pounder.
Well, he has seen a lot of playing time tonight. He's been in on, George has got him in there. He's a pretty good size boy, 172 pounds. Okay, Hogan under center. 1st and 10 at the Pioneer 49. Hogan on the keeper, looking for a block, and he'll go out of bounds down here at the 46-yard line. Suttle, Ken Suttle, along with 17 from Pioneer, Jim Carmody.
Carmody in on the stop.
Handicap we're giving him. We're using 110 now.
Make the play, and they're telling us up here in the press box Salamanca might be running with a 10-man offense on that last play. Maybe somebody was penalized during the last play.
No comments. 42-6. This is when I always get myself in trouble. These blowouts.
Okay. Second down and 7.
Still wish I would
Hogan.
have won that 50-50 at halftime.
Hands off inside to number 31. That's Ron Hensel. And Hensel is held a yard, and that's it. Thad Thompson, 69, come over from his tackle position to make the stop.
I tell you, John Lee just showed us he can block, too. He just laid out a number 54 for the Panthers. That being Matt Robley.
Okay, the situation, Salamanca is at the 46, Pioneer. They have a 3rd down and 7. As they break the huddle, they have receiver wide left, and Hogan pulled away from center, lost the football. I think he was able to dive on it. However, that will set up 4th down and a punting situation, and for the first time tonight, we will see the Salamanca Warriors punt the ball.
Of course, Andy Hogan's the younger brother of Pat Hogan, who quarterbacked the Warriors to that championship at Rich Stadium last season. Pat is up at Alfred playing defensive back for Chuck Christ.
Well, you know, Dick, you and I were quite impressed with the punting of number 35, McGarrett, in the pregame, but he doesn't handle the punting. Instead, it's number 75, Chris Gilfillan.
He was hitting 50-yard punts consistently in warm-ups.
Oh, looks like Pioneer is going to be called for encroachment. Looks like number 66.
I wonder if Salamanca will go for this now. That'll force a 4th down and about 3.
Pioneer's number 66, who we do not have a number for, guilty of encroachment. They march off 5 yards. It will be 4th down and almost 3 yards to go, and I think George will probably be a gentleman and
punt it, go for the field position, try to get Pioneer deep in their own territory and keep them away.
Okay, they wind up the clock. We're down to 5:50 left to play in the football game, and Gilfillan stands in his own 45. Suttle is deep to receive this punt, standing back and around the 10-yard line. Good snap, and Gilfillan gets it away. It's a high kick. Oh, Carmody lost it momentarily, and I think he's able to dive on it. Number 17, Jim Carmody, tried to take it in and did not handle it well.
That was a good kick to call a fair catch on. He took a chance. A lot of red shirts closing in on him, and he was lucky to fall on top of the loose football.
So, the punt sets up Pioneer on their own 13-yard line, 1st and 10. Panthers there, and they're 87 yards away from the end zone. So, Dick, that was more or less like you said what Dick wanted, or George wanted to do, back them up deep. Rosella in the backfield along with Kretzler, quarterback Bunsey under center. Bunsey again wants to put it up. He throws it over the middle. Lewandowski takes it in, and he'll have a 1st down out at the 27.
Number 89, and again, is John Kemp on the stop. Field getting a little slick. I see a lot of the players losing their footing out there. That time Bobby Piccolo came in to make the stop, and his feet went right out from under him. So that rainfall probably made things a little slick down there. For sure.
Grass is worn a little thin there in the middle of the field. They've had a lot of Pee-wee games here today and last night. Field showing a little wear. Bunsey going to throw it over, complete up here to Hackett. He makes a nice move. He's looking for running room. He lost yardage with all the fancy dancing he did along the side.
Tell you what, he had a 1st down too, and he lost enough yardage where they're faced with about a 3rd and 1. Oh, they're giving him the 1st down.
Referee took a look and said, let's move the sticks. And the one guy that, they don't want to believe it. There they go.
They agreed with me. Hell, he didn't have it.
Okay, 1st down, the clock, they wind it up, and it's down to 4.5 minutes left to play here in the ball game. And Score remaining 42-6, Salamanca. And Pioneer, though, via the airways, putting it up. Moving the ball. Pass out here to Gretzler. They're setting up the screen. He gets a block from Robley. Gretzler to 50, and he'll be driven out of bounds. Nice tackle made there by number 31 from Salamanca, Ron Hensel. Not before, though. Gretzler moves the ball down to the Salamanca 47-yard line.
Gretzler lipping back to the huddle, and he's had a long evening. Young sophomore's been in on a lot of the tackles for the Pioneer defense. And offensively, showed us he's pretty durable, too, for a young kid. He's been getting pounded out there. He's still out in that ball game, plugging away.
Good point. First and 10 at the Salamanca 47, and again,
no pressure.
Muncie's looking over the middle for Lewandowski, overthrows him. It's intercepted. Piccolo will go down at the 36-yard line in the hands of Joe Frisella. So Buncey looking for Lewandowski, overthrowing him. And
hey, boy, I'll tell you, Buncey had all kind of time. Just threw it into a lot of traffic and overthrew his receiver, and Piccolo was playing center field out there, picked it off, and returned it back to about the 37-yard line.
Well, you could see that Buncey was looking over the middle for Lewandowski. He was the only man in the area, and he was well covered on the play. And actually, Buncey probably, if he was going to overthrow him, he should have really overthrown him.
All night long, that's all Pioneer's been doing, sending one receiver down. Well, we had some movement on the offensive line, I think.
Okay, so Salamanca is going to be penalized 5 yards, moving the ball back to around the 31-yard line, and they'll have it first and 15.
I'll tell you what, a lot of the kids we see on the field right now, Salamanca's second unit and Pioneer's second unit, played against each other last year in the JV level, and Pioneer's JVs were undefeated last season. I think they played down here last year to like a 6-0 ball game, so very evenly matched.
Okay, the Warriors break the huddle. Andy Hogan remaining in there at quarterback position. He has a wing left. John Lee. Backs are Hensel. Hogan on the keeper. Hogan's going to go down in the backfield. Number 84, Chad Wittenrick, came up from his defensive end position to make the stop and turn that into a loss. Big loss, in fact.
Hogan
about 5 yards.
Unable to escape the grasp, and he did the smart thing by not trying to force a pitch, because he did have the option. He had his tailback back there, and that was Kyle Lester. Did a smart thing holding on to the football.
Okay, the ball is spotted at around the 27. They need to move out here close to the 47, so it's second down and 20. Hogan again on the keeper. Looks for a block. He won't get it. Knifing in, and we got a penalty flag call going down. Carmody made the stop, and I think he might have grabbed the face mask in the process.
Hogan twisted his ankle. He's limping off the field right now.
Okay, and Mark Halftown.
Halftime going to be forced to re-enter the ball game so Hogan can loosen that leg up.
Looks like he will not come in the ball game. Looks like either Piccolo or Lee will take over the QB spot. On that last play, the 15-yard penalty is being marked off against Pioneers for the face mask.
Of course, it's about a 2nd and 5 situation.
That's correct. They've moved the ball all the way to the 42-yard line, and second down and 5 for the Warriors as they wind up the clock. We're down to 2:35 left to play here in the ball game.
John Lee's our emergency quarterback here, number 24. Okay. So he's got to worry about an exchange with center here.
He handles it flawlessly, hands off to Hensel. Hensel has, looks like first down yardage out the 48-yard line. Ron Hensel, senior, 157-pounder, picks up the first down. They move the sticks. And Dick, we're down to that point as we approach 2 minutes to play here in the ballgame where we got to start thinking about our MVP. And I like the way you run the calculator over there. Go ahead and start tabulating the vote.
I think we've agreed tonight on Paul Furlong. He's even elected our king of homecoming, so that counted.
Okay.
But Paul Furlong turned in an outstanding performance here offensively and defensively, scoring 4 touchdowns, well over 150 yards on the ground tonight. Had 1 interception. He's just done it all so far for the Warriors, and I believe he's over 600 yards rushing on the season right now for the Warriors in 5 games.
Okay. Salamanca breaking the huddle. They have second down and 9. Full house backfield. The ends are in tight. Hogan back in there, QB. He hands off to Hensel, and Hensel will not make it to the line of scrimmage. Number 55, David Neiman.
Well, I'll tell you, there's some late hits out there, and these officials are letting these kids get away with it. They're just falling on top of people laying on the ground, and that's where you get a lot of your injuries. A lot of beef falling on top of you. But apparently
they're right now, they want to get this game
right.
finished with. It's raining, and it's cold, and
we want to go to the spinning wheel. Chicken wings and pop.
Yes, there you go.
That Pete Weisson's going to treat, by the way.
Oh, right, Peter. Handoff. Getting the call was number 22, Wojtowicz, and Wojtowicz is down to the 44. He's close. Well, he'll be about 2 yards shy of that first down there, and sets up a fourth down and 2, I should say, as we have moved out to 35 seconds.
Richie lost his shoe, and he's not able to get it on. He better do something in that huddle. Because he's coming out of the ball game now, so he can get his shoe back on properly.
Tell you, the Warriors break the huddle on what might be the last play of the ball game. We are down to 20.
Salamanca's going to have to spend the time out here. A lot of confusion.
They're going to run the play. They're ready. And now we got people moving, and they're going to get penalized 5 yards.
Number 24, John Lee, was leaning forward, and the official caught him. Down to 8 seconds, so we're going to have to run one more.
It was a fourth down play, and looks now like now they might punt the ball out of trouble, but they don't even have to run a play.
It's getting like the NFL around here. The officials got speakers on down there making the calls. Jeez.
Okay, as you can see, the signal, and we're ready. They wind it up, and the clock is moving, and they don't even have to get this play off as we're down to 3, 2. The ball game is over. So it's been a successful homecoming here at Salamanca. The Warriors very impressively knock off the Pioneer Panthers. Final score of tonight's ball game, Salamanca 42, Pioneer 6. Dick, any final comments?
Pretty tough to make any positive comments for Pioneer. They've really been off to a shaky start, and things just haven't gelled it off for them. On the other hand, the Warriors, everything's gone their way, especially this evening. They're really peaking out here, and it looks like they're well on their way to Rich Stadium. Next week we'll be covering their game at Olean. Salamanca will be up there next Saturday evening. Kenny, you're going to be on your own. I'm not going to be with you that night, so it's a break for our viewers. They won't have to put up with me for 1 week. But then we come back, we'll be back down here the following week with Dunkirk at Salamanca. So we're working our way up to Rich Stadium here, and again, Salamanca goes to 5-0. I'd like to recap on our McDonald's MVP was Paul Furlong, so congratulations to Paul on an outstanding effort tonight, and so far this season, an outstanding performance.
Okay, well that just about wraps it up here at Salamanca. It's been a very successful homecoming for these Warriors. They had a fine halftime show, and all in all, a great day for Salamanca. And Larry Slanovich has to go back to the drawing board, you'd have to say, right now at Pioneer. Okay, for Dick Heydrich, this is Ken Woodruff reminding you again of the final score. Salamanca 42, Pioneer 6. Also reminding you that this has been another MVP major video production. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.